Vikram Sarabhai and I were great friends, and we used to travel regularly together between Bombay and Ahmedabad on the Gujarat Mail, where he loved the theplas that my wife would make. The last time I saw him was in my house in Bombay, and that was just after the Bangladesh War, 1971. And after that, I had gone on a trip to Nadiad, which is not far from Ahmedabad, because that's where I usually spend time with my family. And there I received this very sad news that Vikram had passed away in the middle of the night. And I rushed straight away to Ahmedabad to receive the body and to be with the family. I had always stayed with the family when I used to be there in Ahmedabad. And there I got the message that Mrs. Gandhi, the then Prime Minister of India, would wish to see me, along with several others. They included H.N. Setna, P.R. Pisharoti, K.R. Ramanathan, and others. And I went straight away from Ahmedabad itself to Delhi. And we had a meeting, and it was very clear from what Homi Setna had to say that he did not want to take charge of the space program at all. And he would only look after the atomic energy program. And therefore, the question was, who would look after the space activities? Because it had already developed in a certain way, and it needed full support at senior government level. Mrs. Gandhi straight away pointed out to me and said, "You take charge." I told her then that I have just been responsible for the Electronics Commission, and furthermore that I had also taken on the responsibility of Defense Research and Development Organization. And she then said, "Who else?" I said, "There is one person whom I know, whom you should invite, and that person is Dr. Satish Dhawan." She said, "Oh, Satish Dhawan." And it was said in a sort of cynical way, because she knew that he may not accept it. And I said that if you persuade him and make an effort to get him to come, then he certainly will be willing to. She said, "I have tried many times and I have never succeeded." And I told her that this was a major task and he was the best person to take over. And Mrs. Gandhi then thought about it. I went out along with Mr. Haksar, and we had a long discussion in his room. And he then clearly stated that if Mrs. Gandhi would try, and that the effort was certainly called for, then Satish Dhawan would be willing. And it was important that Satish took over this responsibility. And I told Haksar very clearly that, look, the only thing required is that we will permit Satish to stay on in Bangalore, to continue to remain at the Indian Institute of Science, which he loves. And therefore, there is no question about his leaving any of those things, Bangalore or the Indian Institute of Science. And Therefore, it is important that we agree to those conditions. And I said also that Mrs. Gandhi will have to speak directly through the ambassador to Satish Dhawan, who was then at Caltech, and he was on a sabbatical. I also said that I was fully prepared to get everyone else, Mr. J.R.D. Tata, Rustam Choksi, whom we all respected, to come to take over. And Mrs. Gandhi then did her best, and you see the results. Satish Dhawan took over the responsibility as chairman of the Space Commission of ISRO, and it was highly successful in every sense of the word. Satish Dhawan was ideal for the job in mind.